Two of the greatest bands of all time face off in a high-energy, adrenaline-pumping musical showdown as the Boomers Club brings the Beatles vs. Stones to the Laguna Woods Village Performing Arts Centre on Friday, February 28, 2025 at 7:30 p.m. The British invasion brought us the two most popular bands of all time. These two legendary bands engage in an onstage mash-up duel featuring internationally renowned tribute bands Abbey Road and Jumping Jack Flash. Tickets available at the Pack Box office.
And welcome back. The Boomers Club is bringing two of the world's most amazing bands together in one night. We're super excited to hear more about that, and to tell us more, we welcome Boomers Club President Diane McQuigg and her guest, shall I say, Ringo Starr or Axel Clark?
I'm out of disguise right now, so let's go with Axel Clark.
We'll go with Axel Clark today, but what fun that is. Oh my goodness. All right, before we launch off into this fabulous evening that you are putting together, I want to know, how was your holiday concert with the Tijuana Dogs?
It was amazing.
Had to be fabulous.
Matt is just, it's Matt Mauser. He puts on a show. It doesn't matter what he's singing. He just gets into it so much.
He's got the body language and the moves and the tone, and he's got it all.
Lots of fun. Yeah, I mean, everybody was on the dance floor all night.
All night.
I would say that that's a success.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And was that a sold-out show?
Oh, absolutely. We sold out weeks before. Yeah, weeks before it.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to sell out with this concert as well.
I think so.
But I want to know, how did you get your start, Axel? You're a drummer for...
With the Beatles?
Yes, you're a drummer, right?
The original impetus was our manager, Andy Nagel, 14 years ago. He was doing musical theater, produced musical theater shows, and he wanted to do a Beatles musical, like a kind of story of their career. So he wrote a script and had a local other Beatle band doing the parts. They quickly realized they didn't like acting, so he decided, well, I'll just make my own band. So went through an audition process for that. It was very much a chorus line kind of effect. Like 10 Ringos and 10 Pauls and 10 Johns in a room, and just mix and matching combinations. So out of that, I got the gig, and been doing it ever since, 14, 15 years now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. How excited are you to be doing this Beatles versus Stones stand-up?
It's fantastic. We've been doing this show for nationwide, internationally actually, for probably going on 8-10 years now. I was telling Diana earlier, it's like a cheat code. If you have the Beatles, people want to go see that. If you have the Stones, people want to go see that. Put Beatles and Stones together, it's kind of
you can have a sold-out show.
Usually it's a pretty good audience.
So just to let our viewers know, this particular show is going to be on February 28th at 7:30 p.m. and tickets are on sale now at the Pack. But you only have about 200 tickets left. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That's right, a little bit less, but...
Folks, if you want to go to this event, you need to start thinking about getting your tickets now.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Yes.
Cannot wait. Well, give our viewers just a little bit of a synopsis about the show.
Well,
I was going to let you, but I can do it. So with the two bands, we alternate, usually, depending on the show, 2 20-minute sets or 3 20-minute sets each. So the Beatles will do 20, Stones 20, and we move through the different eras of both bands. So the Beatles will start in like the black and white Ed Sullivan suits and do early material. The Stones will do early material for 20. We come out probably in Sgt. Pepper, do like psychedelic era Beatles. And so we just move back and forth through both bands' careers, touching all the hits. And then at the end, we come together for a little surprise kind of mash-up, encore that the audience always enjoys.
Is this like a duel, like a dueling piano type?
It's like a battle of the bands, kind of.
Yeah, a good-natured battle of the bands.
Exactly, exactly. There's a lot of good banter back and forth. I've seen the show like maybe 3 or 4 times, and there's just a lot of really good energy and banter back and forth between the bands is just hilarious. I mean, it's just really funny.
We poke fun at each other, but at the same time, the Beatles and the Stones were friends in real life.
Oh, so, they were?
Yeah, they got along. They respected each other. So we honor that and still have some fun with it.
So take me back in history a little bit. So Beatles and the Stones, did they virtually start almost at the same time, or was one prior to the other, or do you recall how
the Beatles predated the Stones by a little bit.
Okay.
Not too much, but you could say they were contemporaries.
Yeah.
They came up at the same time.
Wow. So Abbey Road recreates the magic of the Beatles, their wit and their charm. How fun is that?
Well, it's fun. It's a lot of fun on stage. You've seen that. Yeah. But it's a lot of work. Because there are a lot of responsibility when you're playing musicians that most people know intimately, know what they look like, how they behave, how they sound.
And so are many of them British? Any of them?
In our band? Technically, I'm British. I was born in Scotland, but everyone else is American.
But they had to recreate the accents.
Yeah, that's part of the work. You know, you're not just learning the notes and the lyrics. You're learning how to speak authentically with the accent and move like them. So yeah, it takes a lot of work, but it's fun when you get to do it on stage.
Absolutely. Will audience be able to tell the difference between Jumping Jack Flash and the Rolling Stones?
I don't think so. The lead singer for Jumpin' Jack Flash, exactly like Mick Jagger.
I'm looking at a picture.
Exactly, and he's got just everything. Just looks like Jagger.
Yeah. Joey is his name. He really embodies the character and really plays big to the crowd. You know, he's definitely a star. We tease him for being a bit of a ham, on stage, but he brings the show.
Do you think that he's practiced this character his whole life because he loves Mick Jagger, or do you think that he started practicing when he got the part?
You'd probably have to ask Joey himself directly, but I know he was a bass player beforehand, so he's had stage presence as part of it. But I think you see this in the Beatle world too. Some guys they take on the part, and it clicks for them. Just what they grew up listening to, their mannerisms, their physicality. It just works for them. I think it really worked well for him.
Clearly, I mean, admittedly, I don't know the band that well. I've told you guys that, but wow, those photos, I would have thought that was the actual Rolling Stones. I would not have known the difference.
They look great.
They look really great. So did you start drumming when you were what, 3, 5?
I think it was 8.
8.
8, yeah.
Were you the quintessential 8-year-old boy that pulled out the pots and pans out of mom's cabinet and banged them with the wooden spoons?
My mom says I did, so I'll trust her on that. I don't remember, but no, actually my dad was a part-time musician, just for fun. He always had like cover bands, but he could never find a drummer. So I think I kind of, even back then, I thought, I could get a gig here.
You could fill in.
So yeah, so I just got a drum set. My dad thought I'd give it up in 6 months, but I just stuck with it and became my career.
So did you put like a soundproof studio in the home so you could practice, or?
No, my parents were very bold. They would just they set up in a spare bedroom, and they would just turn the TV up when I was practicing.
Really?
Just live with it.
What about the neighbors?
Actually, I'm sure the neighbors probably complained a bit, but after a little while, my dad's actually told me the neighbors would come over and go, "Oh, he's sounding better. He's getting good." So
is that right?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's great. I love that. So, as like a teenager, kind of launching off into the college years, did you think that, hey, I'm going to be a drummer. This is going to be my career, or at what point did you know that this is going to be a part of your lifestyle?
Probably around my senior year in high school, I kind of knew it's what I wanted to do. But
the music business is so hard.
Yeah,
it's so difficult to break into.
It is. But, youthful ignorance, I didn't know that. I just figured I'll make it work. But I studied some other things at college for like a year or two, over at Saddleback, actually. And I was about to transfer to Long Beach State as a graphic design major. But I went to my parents and I said, I want to do music. And they said, yeah, we figured you would. So I switched to a music major. And you dive in head first and you don't have a backup plan. You tend to make it work somehow.
You tend to make it work.
No choice, right?
Yeah.
You have to.
Sink or swim.
Yeah, exactly. Are you doing any international shows?
We've done, actually the Abbey Road group, we work with Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. So we go out and do international cruises with that. Just came back from the Caribbean last week.
Nice.
Did a run of shows.
Nice.
We've done Mexico, we've done Canada. There's been discussions of other places in the world, but nothing's come to fruition yet. Hopefully.
Great. Congratulations on that success.
Thank you.
Diana, you are bringing the cream of Clapton.
We're going to have them in March, yes.
March. That's going to be very exciting. And are you selling tickets for that event yet?
We are. You can get the tickets at the PAC. Yeah,
Okay.
go online and get those tickets. Those are selling out fast, so if you're a Clapton fan, definitely want to get those tickets quick.
Right.
And this is Eric Clapton's nephew, and then the drummer is from Cream, which is one of Eric Clapton's original bands. So lots and lots of Eric Clapton in this band.
That's such a great name. Love the name.
Well, it kind of incorporates Eric Clapton and the band Cream.
Right. Well, that'll be another one to another exciting concert to talk about.
It will
I think
be.
I'll see you in February to talk more about that. How's your membership drive going?
It's going really, really well. Yeah, this will be our big month. We have this Saturday night. We have Flashback Heart Attack at our dance, and they are the celebrities band. When a celebrity wants an 80s band, they go to Flashback Heart Attack. So it's going to be a great, great show. Membership, people will be picking up their membership cards. We have a little gift for folks also. We have some little bit of boomer swag for everybody.
Fun.
Yeah, it'll be a good night.
Okay.
Anticipate lots of fun, lots of dancing. I know I'll be out on the dance floor, so everybody, I invite
Great way
everybody
to
to come
spend
and
an
join
evening,
me.
right?
Yes.
All right, folks, get your tickets for the Beatles versus the Stones. It's going to be held at the PAC on February 28th, 7:30 p.m.
7:30,
Only
yep.
a couple hundred tickets left, so they're going quick. All right, you two, Diana and Axel, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
And we look forward to your next show.
Do as well.
You're watching This Day on Village TV.
Endorsed by the man himself, the Cream of Clapton Band features family, friends, and bandmates of the legendary guitarist, paying homage to the record-breaking 24 nights at the Royal Albert Hall. This concert includes Clapton classics and rekindles the hits from albums August and Journeyman.
The Cream of Clapton Band at the PAC on March 12. Tickets are $20, $30, and $40 and are available at the PAC box office.